to Football Fandom UK. Hope you guys having a good week so far as we're here for Europa League action as Brighton take on Roma in the last 16 of the Europa League. Should be an interesting time, guys. Hopefully, Brighton can get something out of this game to take back to the UK for their second leg. And we're off and underway. Roma getting us underway as they kick us off. Roma playing in their traditional red and gold strip, and Brighton playing in an all white strip with some tints of light blue on the back of the shirt. So, ball played out wide on that far side. As now Roma coming forward, racing towards the edge of the Brighton box. Brighton come across the challenge for it as it's knocked away, but Brighton unable to keep the possession as Roma knock it back up the field and build again from just inside the centre circle. Now they play it out wide to this near side. Ball played forward, but Brighton again press the ball well as Roma just play it back to their centre backs. So let us know, guys, if you've got a score prediction from this one. For this one, love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts and comments in the chat, and please do hit that like button as well, guys. If you're listening in on YouTube, consider subscribing as well. And if you're on Kick, then please do follow. Now Roma playing the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper. As now the goalkeeper kicks the ball out wide to that far side. Brighton intercept it as Roma challenge for it, and it's knocked out of play on that far side of the field for a throw-in. So can Brighton get something out of this game? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Brighton now with the possession just inside their own half as they play it out wide to this near side. Ball played forward as Roma come to challenge for it. Brighton just play it back again to their defensive line, just on the edge of their own box. Now playing it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now the ball played forward as Roma come to challenge for it. Roma have won it back here inside the centre circle. Now they play it forward as Brighton challenge for it. And Brighton have won it back here as Brighton now coming forward down the middle. Roma make the challenge and manage to win the ball back. Claims for a foul there, but the referee says no. As now Roma play the ball out wide to this near side. Coming forward down this near side of the field. Let's forgot to put the team news on, my bad, guys. Oh, Roma with a shot. And, well, the ball played down this near side as Roma managed to get the cross in, and Lukaku getting a header on it. But it's tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper, and that will be a corner to Roma. So Roma with a corner out on that far side of the field. So corner on that far side for Roma. Stevie's with us. Stevie saying hi, guys in chat. How's it going, Stevie? Good to have you with us, mate. Corner comes in, and Brighton have knocked it behind. Well, decent effort there, but gone wide of this near side post. So thank you for that, Stevie, saying, come on, Brighton. Absolutely. Well said, Stevie. Well said, mate. Now, the goalkeeper, ball played forward there by the Brighton keeper as Roma win it back just outside the box, and they managed to get the shot off, but it's just wide of this near side post. Well, he's got to be a bit more cautious playing out from the back, the Brighton goalkeeper. That was a little bit of a let off there for Brighton. Now the goalkeeper kicks the ball long, straight down the middle of the field. As Roma managed to intercept it in their own half. Now they chip it forward as Brighton managed to win the possession back, just knocking it back to the goalkeeper as now Brighton can build from the back. Knocking the ball out wide to that far side as Brighton now work through the press as Roma come to challenge for it, but Brighton play it into the centre as now they race forward, knocking it out wide to this near side. Brighton racing up towards the edge of the Roma box, but Roma just getting to it first as they manage to intercept the ball and knock it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper tries to clear it, but Brighton managed to get a block on the ball there as they've won the possession back. Now Brighton on this near side as they just knock it back up towards the halfway line. Now the ball switched out to that far side as Roma come to press the ball, but Brighton play it back to the centre-backs. Now long ball out wide to this near side, but too much pace on that ball, and it's bounced out for a throw into Roma on this near side, deep inside the Roma half of the field. Don't forget, guys, please do hit that thumbs up if you could. If you like us doing this game, would be appreciated. Just a way of letting us know you like us covering the Europa League fixture. It's now Roma with the throw-in as the ball comes back in. It's played into the centre of the field. Now it's knocked out wide on that far side. As it's headed on there, Brighton managing to win it as they knock it into the centre circle. Roma trying to challenge for it there, but Brighton managed to retain it as they just play it back to their centre-backs. Now ball played forward down the middle as Brighton knocked the ball out wide to that far side of the field. Roma coming to challenge for it, but Brighton managing to keep the possession. Now the ball played forward again as Roma tried to challenge for it, but Brighton keeping the ball. And eventually they knock it all the way back to the halfway line. Roma push back all the way into their own half at the moment. As now Brighton play it out wide on that far side. A 1-2 as they manage to work the way through the Roma presses. The ball comes into the box. Hoping to get the shot off. And it bounces off the post on the far side. And I'm not sure if Roma got... Yeah, bounced off the post and out of play. So that should be a corner to Brighton on the far side. Not a bad effort. So Brighton, they've got the throw in. 7 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. If you're just joining us, please do hit that like button. Corner comes in, taken short by Brighton as it's knocked away. Roma managing to win the ball back outside the box. Now they play it long. Roma now on the attack as there's space to run into down that far side. Racing towards the edge of the Brighton box as they come into the box, getting the shot off. But, Brighton just did enough there to put them off as the last defender came across and made the challenge and just did enough to keep the Roma attacking player going wide on that far side. Now the ball played out wide on this near side as Brighton on the attack. Roma come to challenge for it, but Brighton trying to work their way through here as they've just lost the possession there. As Roma now play it back to the goalkeeper. So Roma now to play out from the back. Pure Loyalist, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show. Ball played out wide on that far side as now Roma trying to build from the back. Brighton come to challenge for it as Roma just play it back to the goalkeeper. Pure Loyalist saying, all right, GAZGO. Becky, hope all is good. Good. Looking forward to Rangers game, but give a bit support to your channel in the meantime. Well, thank you very much for that, Pure Loyalist. I always appreciate you guys coming getting involved when you can. I hope you had a good week so far, mate. Yeah, should be an interesting game later for Rangers. But thank you for that. Appreciated, mate. Ball played out wide. Now, Brighton managed to win the ball back. They just knock it back to the goalkeeper. Now Roma come to challenge for it, but Brighton managed to retain it as they chip it back out wide on that far side. Ball knocked forward up towards the halfway line as now Roma win the possession back. Brighton trying to challenge for it there, but unable to win it. As Roma now with the possession midway inside their own half, just knocking it about their defensive line. As now they edge their way forward up towards the halfway line, but Brighton pressing well from the front here as Roma now switch to play out wide to this near side. Now Brighton keeping them on the toes. As now Roma just keeping the possession at the moment, switching it from this near side out to that far side and then back to the goalkeeper. So thank you for that, Pure Lois. Pure Lois saying, come on, Brighton. Absolutely. Thank you for that, mate. Yeah. Want all the UK clubs to get a good result tonight. Now Roma coming forward on that far side as Brighton come to challenge for it, but Roma just managing to keep it there as they play it back into the centre of the field. Now they knock it out wide to this near side as they race forward now into the Brighton half. Brighton coming to press the ball, but Roma still coming forward. Brighton have managed to win it back there. Now Brighton playing it back into the centre of the field as Roma get bodies back behind the ball. So, yeah, thank you for that, Pure Loyalist, top man. Stevie's saying, hi, Loyalist. Hope Rangers do well. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Stevie. Yeah, we'll hope all UK clubs do well tonight, mate. Now Brighton with the ball played back to the goalkeeper as they play it out wide on that far side. Oh, Roma have managed to win it back here, but Brighton make the challenge. And the ball eventually goes out of play on that far side for a Roma throw-in midway inside the Brighton half of the field. Roma now take the throw-in as they work the ball back to the halfway line. Now it's played out wide on this near side. As Brighton come to press the ball, but Roma just managing to keep it there as they play it again back to the centre-backs and now knocking it about inside their own half. Now long ball played forward as Roma got in behind and Roma have scored. Well, Brighton pushing up a high line and it was just a ball over the top for Roma. And the flag has gone up on the far side. Well, Brighton getting a slice of luck there. Oh, it's tight. It really is tight. Well, really good goal from Roma, but Brighton have got to be careful of that, living dangerously there with that high line. That high line can work well domestically, but it doesn't always work well in Europe. Piolo's... Sorry. Sorry, guys. Still got a bit of a tickly cough from that cold I had last week. Pure Loyalist saying, all right, Stevie, mate. Hope all is good. Awesome. Thank you for that, Pure Loyalist, top man. Always appreciate you guys acknowledging Stevie. Pure Loyalist saying, Gaz, all's good, mate. Hope you're over the cold. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm over it. I've just been left with a tickly cough, that's all. But I'm sure that'll shift in a couple of days. Oh, the goal stands. Well, we've had a VAR check for the goal for Roma. And it stands. It's been given. Well, I thought it was a tight one. So Roma with the first goal of the game. Well, the referee did rule it offside initially, but the VAR has overruled the referee. And Roma with the early lead. So Brighton to get us back underway. So thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Hope you and Mrs. Loyalist have had a good week, as I say, mate. Now Brighton with the possession as they play it out wide on that far side. Roma come to challenge for it. It's knocked into the centre of the field. Now Roma win it back as they try to play it forward. Brighton coming to challenge for it there. And Brighton unable to win it as Roma just play it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper now plays the ball out wide on this near side as Roma kick the ball long up towards the halfway line. It's intercepted by Brighton. It's now Brighton with the possession on the halfway line as they now switch the play on out to that opposite side of the field. Now it's played back into the centre as Brighton play it forward. Now coming forward down the middle as Roma challenged for it there and managed to win it and just tap it back to the goalkeeper. Stevie's saying, yeah, all good, thanks. How's you? Awesome. Thank you for that, Stevie. Pure Law is saying, Stevie, cheers for the support to Rangers tonight, mate. Absolutely. You know what we're all about here, here on Fanden Pure Loyalist. What is your name, by the way, mate? I keep meaning to ask you that. What is your actual name? It's a bit of a long-winded name to keep saying Pure Loyalist. But yeah, as you know, mate, we get behind all the UK clubs, especially in Europe. Especially in Europe, want all UK clubs to do as well as they can. And as I told you guys earlier on in the season, I think Rangers potentially going to go far in the knockout stages. Now Roma with the possession, played out wide on this near side as they now come forward, played it into the centre circle. It's not long, but well, too much pace on that from Roma, and it's gone past everybody and behind for a goal kick to Brighton. So yeah, top man, thank you, Piolo's. Piolo's saying all's as good as can be here. Stevie, thanks. I know that feeling. Stevie saying good to hear. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Awesome. Thank you, Stevie. Ball played out wide on that far side. Well, Roma have ended up knocking it out of play there. Under pressure from Brighton. Brighton now with the throw-in as the ball comes back in play. Brighton played it into the centre of the field. Now the ball knocked out wide on this near side as Roma intercept it there. Now Roma just playing it back out to this near side as Brighton come to challenge for it, but Roma play it into the centre of the field as they play it forward. And now Brighton challenge for it as it's knocked out wide on this near side. Roma coming forward. Well, clumsy challenge there from the Brighton player, Igor. And he's gonna be lucky if he doesn't get a card for that. Mr. Lawley is saying, Gaz, Brendan Rodgers has been charged by the SFA. He misses 2 games for calling out refs. Decision, so he'll miss the Old Firm game. Well, that's a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace. So basically, because he's exercised freedom of speech, he's banned for 2 games. That is an absolute disgrace. Honest, football's gone nuts. Ball played out wide on that far side as now Roma play it forward. It's intercepted by Brighton. Now Brighton with the possession as they come towards the halfway line. It's played into the centre circle, not forward there as well. Roma challenge for it. Roma have won it back as now they play it out wide on that far side. Coming forward now into the Brighton half. Brighton come to challenge for it, but Roma still managing to keep the possession there under pressure as now they chip the ball across the field, looking to keep the momentum going here as Brighton push back towards the edge of their own box. And now Roma just knocking it about inside the Brighton half as now they play it out wide to this near side, but Brighton quickly come across to press the ball. So eventually Roma play it all the way back to the halfway line. Now ball played out wide on this near side as Roma come back inside. Now the ball chipped over the top there as it's chipped into the box. It's knocked away by Brighton. Brighton now winning the ball back on that far side as now they play the ball forward, long down that far side of the field as Roma challenge. Just managed to win the ball back there, but well, Roma have been given a free kick here for offside. Well, that was questionable decision there from the referee. Now Roma with the possession just on the edge of their own box. Piolo is saying, all right, read that. Yeah, well, I understand Rangers fans will be probably happy about that, but in the fairness of football, mate, I think that's an absolute disgrace. And as we start to see more of that in the future, I'll be calling it out because it's suppression of freedom of speech. It's as simple as that. There's no other way of putting it. We keep being told how we're supposed to live in a democracy and free speech and the rights of freedom. Well, no offence, but what is Brendan Rodgers or the Rangers manager, whatever they've got to say after a game or in an interview, post-match interview, it's said in the uh, heat of battle, so to speak. I think managers should come together. I really do. If we're going to have the FA suppress freedom of speech like that, or the SPFL, um, then it's simple. Managers come together and start boycotting these interviews after games. You watch the change in attitude. You watch the change in attitude from the media and the football authorities if all managers came together and boycotted doing post-match interviews. I'm telling you now, they'd soon change their ways. It's just wrong, guys. Don't care what manager it is. Even if it was my rival club's manager, there's no right for a football official to ban a manager from being on the touchline just because he's exercising his opinion. He's right to express his opinion. It's a disgrace. Ball played out wide now on this near side as Brighton coming forward, racing towards the edge of the Roma box, and now taking it to the byline as they get the cross in, but it's deflected behind by Roma, and that is going to be a corner on this near side for Brighton. Mr. Lyle is saying Aberdeen have got shot of their. I'll come back to that. As corner comes in. Well, it's headed wide again, and that's going to be another corner for Brighton. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, the referee's just holding up this at the moment. Referee not letting this corner be taken. Well, he's just blown the whistle. He was having a word with players in the box there. So Brighton now with the corner. It's deep, headed towards goal, but it's knocked away by Roma as Brighton regain the possession. The referee's given a really soft foul to Roma. That's really poor decision by the referee. That was minimal contact. That's just little bit of a nudge. You had the right to win the ball there, the Brighton player, but the referee has given the foul to Roma. Piolo saying Aberdeen have got shot of their latest manager, and Neil Lennon taking over. What? They only just changed the manager a few weeks ago. They only changed the manager. Was it Neil Warnock they brought in? We only had him for a month. Well, that is shocking. Now, Brighton coming forward as Billy Gilmore with the possession. Now he plays it forward as Brighton trying to edge the way forward here. It's challenged by Roma. Brighton charging towards the edge of the box. As Roma managed to make the challenge. Now it's knocked back out wide on that far side as Brighton win it back. Now Brighton coming towards the edge of the box, but getting in a tussle there as Roma just managed to get a toe on it and they managed to win it back here as Roma knock it out wide on that far side. Now the ball played forward as it's won back here by Brighton. Now Brighton playing it into the centre as now they come forward down the middle, coming towards the edge of the box as Roma make the challenge, but Brighton playing it out wide on this near side. Brighton now playing the ball out wide on that far side as they edge the way towards the edge of the box. Now taken to the byline as the ball crossed in. Well, it's headed towards goal. Wow, claims for a handball there in the box. Well, the referee has given it Roma's way again. Let's see this. Ball was played out wide on that far side. They came towards the byline. It was crossed in. Brighton managing to get the header away. Header on goal, sorry. So where's the foul? What? Ball headed down, knocked away. I don't understand where's the foul. Oh my God! Well, if that is a handball, that is shocking. So I'm having a look here. Let's have a quick look. So the top of the chest now, basically on your shoulder blade, that is now considered handball. For crying out loud, what are they? Do you know what I mean? I think these UEFA officials need to do some biology, don't they, and study the human body. So Aberdeen lost to St Mirren. They lost to St Johnston. Right, seeing a pattern here. Oh, no. That's a pretty shocking decision then from Aberdeen. Piola is saying, my name, Bob, mate. Awesome. Well, thank you for that, mate. Just might make it easier to know your name so I can use it sometimes when the chat's a bit busier or when I'm rambling on with myself, mate. So thank you for letting me know, Mr. Loyalist. Always also good for the community vibe as well when I know you guys by your names as well. Brighton now with the possession. Thank you for that, Mr. Loyalist, top man. Ball crossed in now as Brighton managing to win it. Ball knocked out towards the edge of the box as Roma come to challenge for it. Roma, well, they can't keep it there as Brighton have managed to win it back. Now Brighton playing it towards the edge of the box as the challenge comes in there. Fouled, but the referee giving nothing. He's giving nothing here to Brighton. Absolutely nothing. Roma now with the ball played out wide on that far side as Roma managed to knock it forward. Now in a foot race down that far side of the field as they come towards the edge of the box. Brighton getting bodies back behind the ball here as Roma still with a possession on that far side just on the edge of the box as now the ball crossed in. It's intercepted by Roma, but they end up coming out wide on this near side as now it's crossed in again and headed over the top of the crossbar by Lukaku. Piolo saying, come on, Brighton. You're more than capable of beating Roma. Yeah, I agree, Piolo, but I think they just need to obviously play the tactical game, as you know, with Rangers' experience in Europe. It's always a tactical battle when you're playing the first leg away from home. But yeah, I think Brighton should have confidence in themselves. So well said, Pure Loyalist. Now the ball played out wide on that far side as Brighton now coming towards the edge of the box. Roma make the challenge, managed to knock it away as now they come out wide on that far side. Challenge comes in from Brighton and the referee's going to give the foul. Is he giving the foul or the throw-in? Well, that was a fantastic challenge, in my opinion, by Brighton. No foul there at all. And I think the referee agrees. Is he given the throw-in? So thank you for that, Piolo is top man. Piolo saying, yes, guys, Warnock is getting the boot. Well, I think that's a pretty shocking decision, really, considering the short time he's been in the job. Honest. What? So that's basically indicating the fact that they sacked him in such a short space of time just shows that the incompetency, really, it highlights the incompetency of the Aberdeen board, that they haven't done their due diligence correctly. Oh, Roma now on the attack as they play the ball forward, and Brighton just managing to get to the ball first as they knock it behind, and that will be a corner on this near side for Roma. But yeah, it just goes to show that the Brighton board haven't done their due diligence. Due diligence. I can never say that word. Um, in anticipation of having to sack the manager, you know. I mean, come on, is that really giving him a chance? I mean, we all know Neil Warnock quite well, but why appoint him if you're not going to give him at least a good chance? You can't just. I've just looked at the results. I know there's a few poor results there, but you know that. Well, I'm just stunned at Aberdeen. I'm stunned at the Aberdeen fans as well because they didn't give him a chance the second he walked through the door. To be fair, now Roma back with the possession. I better stop talking about Aberdeen. I'm going to get confused because Roma playing in the same kit that Aberdeen play in, so I better not start getting confused with the names. Ball crossed in there by Roma as it's intercepted by the goalkeeper. And now Brighton can build again from the back. But thank you for letting me know, Pure Loyalist. I'll certainly read up on it later or tomorrow or whenever I get a bit of free time, which is very rare at the minute. Now we're going into spring. Crazy busy all of a sudden. Now the weather's improving. And I knew it was going to happen. Now the ball played back to the halfway line as Brighton now with the possession. Ball played forward down the middle as Roma tried to challenge, but Brighton managing to keep it as now they knock it forward and up towards the edge of the Roma box. It's knocked away by Roma as Brighton reacquire possession just on the halfway line. So, yeah, thank you for letting me know, Pure Loyalist. Appreciated, mate. Cross comes in here from Brighton. It's deep towards the back post. And Brighton have ended up heading it over the bar. Pure Life saying poor decision by the ref, by the sounds of it, Gaz. Yep. Well, it looks like, to be fair, I think he's definitely indicating some bias, but we'll see. We'll try not judge him too soon. But yeah, he already looks like he's showing a little bit of favour towards Roma. I hate referees. They're not competent referees if they're intimidated by the home fans. That's incompetent. I'd love to show these referees how to referee a game. Oh, would I? Pure Life saying, no problem, Gaz. Well, thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Brighton now with the possession as they play it out wide on that far side. Roma come to challenge for it. Brighton managed to retain it. It's now they play it back into their own half and eventually all the way back to the goalkeeper. Pure Life saying, totally agree with you, mate. It's not the manager that kicks the ball. It's the squad and the board. That's the problem. But as a Rangers fan, we can't talk. We've done the same. Well, at least you're honest, mate. At least you're honest. Right now with the possession just inside the box. So now the goalkeeper kicks the ball long, straight down the middle of the field, but it goes all the way back to the Roma goalkeeper. That was a poor ball there by the Brighton goalkeeper. I have no problem, Pure Loyalist, I have no problem, mate, with clubs sacking managers if they give them the adequate time. You cannot bring in a manager for such a short period and then sack them. Because all that tells me, and this is what gets me, why the mainstream media don't call this out more and why fans don't call this out now. If you got a manager that's sacked within less than 2 months, that tells you that your board are not competent. That's what it tells you, because they have not planned. Surely, if I was sacked by a club, let's put it this way: if I was a manager and I was sacked by a club after 2 months, oh boy, no disclaimer in the world would keep me quiet. I would come out and I would crucify them. I would call them out. I would expose. I would want it in writing. I would be recording it. I would expose the incompetency of the board to their own fans. I really would, because it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. It's a sign of desperation. I'm not being funny, but these board members are supposed to be board members for a reason. Do you know what I mean? They're supposed to be competent people that have the skills and the knowledge to make what is the right decisions for the club. So if you see that they pick a manager and then they sack him after 2 months, and I think the Aberdeen managers, but I think Neil Warnock's been sacked simply because the Aberdeen fans didn't take to him. I suspect that's a strong reason why he's been sacked. But if that's the case, then yeah, again, it's more incompetence, because why have the board and the club people that manage the club, why have they not done the research before they appointed him to feel out the fans' opinion and get their gauge their views and opinion and make an informed decision? Roma now coming forward down the middle as they get the shot off, and it's deflected over the bar there by Brighton, and that's going to be a corner to Roma. But yeah, it's crazy decision. Piolo saying, "Go on, Gaz, you tell them." Well, it'd be worth it if I was telling them and anybody was listening. Thank you for that, mate. Corner on this near side now for Roma as the ball comes in. It's deep, headed away as Roma regain the possession just on that far side. Now they come towards the edge of the box. As a tempted cross comes in there, but it's knocked away by Brighton. Now the ball played out wide on this near side as Roma just managing to play the ball forward there as Brighton challenge for it. Now the ball played out wide on that far side as Brighton come to press the ball, but Roma just managing to keep the possession there as now Stevie's saying laugh out loud loyalist. Thank you, Stevie. And a thumbs up from Pure Loyalist. Thank you, mate. Pure Loyalist saying the fans put a lot of pressure on the club, but everyone needs time to see how the team work together. Rome wasn't built in a day. Absolutely, I totally agree. Yeah, well said, Pure Loyalist. I totally agree, mate. It's a glory hunting mentality. But my issue with that is if they've made the decision based on the fans' protests or fans' opinion, that's fine. Yes, they should listen to the fans. But why haven't they listened to the fans before they appointed him? We see that we have every week you go to a game and there's this old school thing called a match day program. I know it's like ancient, and it's old school these days, and it's not on a phone. Although it wouldn't surprise me now if they're doing match programs on a phone now. But yeah, there's this old school thing called a match day program. Why can't they ask the fans in that? Put it in there. Ask the fans. We are considering several managers to manage the club. They could do it on the social media account. They could put, "We are considering these managers. What is your thoughts, Dons fans?" That's all they got to do. Or Rangers fans, whatever club it is. It's so easy for these clubs to feel out what the fans' opinion was or would be before they make these boneheaded decisions. Roma now with the possession. Ball played out wide on that far side as it's played forward. It's intercepted there by Brighton, who just knock it back to the goalkeeper. Now Brighton racing forward down the middle. Sorry, guys, just bloody nails, sharp nail. Well, Brighton regained the possession on that far side. So now they come forward. But yeah, for me, as I say, pure laws, I think the club should have done their research on social media. It's not that hard now with social media, is it, to just put a post on and ask the fans. These are the top three managers we're considering, but they don't want to do that, do they? They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to take fans' opinion on board. The arrogance of these thingy. They'd rather make a bad decision than an informed decision. Brighton now coming forward down this near side as they come towards the edge of the box. Roma challenge for it, but Brighton managing to retain it momentarily. But as they play it in towards the edge of the box there, it's won back by Roma. Now Roma knocking the ball up the field as it's won back by Brighton just on the edge of the centre circle. Now Brighton playing the ball out wide to that far side as Roma come to press the ball. Brighton just managing to keep the possession as now they come towards the edge of the box. Roma come to challenge again, but Brighton, well, they've lost it there as Roma managed to win it back just on the edge of the box. Now Roma clearing their lines as they knock the ball long up the field and it bounces all the way back to the Brighton goalkeeper who's come out of his area there to intercept that. Now he plays it forward. As Brighton now with the possession, midway inside the Roma half. Ball played forward, but Roma intercepts it. It's now Roma charging forward, knocking the ball out wide on this near side as they come towards the halfway line. Brighton tried to challenge for it, but Roma still with the possession as they play it back into the centre of the field. Oh, wow, Brighton have won it back here as they managed to intercept that ball. Now it's knocked forward, but just won back there by Roma. And now Roma play the ball out wide on that far side. Ball kicked long down the field. Oh, Roma now, they've got him behind. That's Roma with a shot. And Roma have scored the second goal. 42 and a half minutes gone. Roma 2, Brighton 0. Lukaku managing to win the ball back on that far side and get in behind the Brighton defence. And he had only the goalkeeper to beat. And he smashed it into the far corner of the net on this near side. But yeah, silly mistake there by the Brighton player who lost the ball. Purelois saying that's too easy for them, guys. Typical board, more interested in filling their own pockets. What they forget, they'd be nothing without the fans. The fans are their biggest income. Something they forget. No, well, yeah, no, you're absolutely right there. Yeah, that's spot on. That's spot on. But the problem is, pure loyalist. Even though you're right, with I don't. The only part I would question with that is filling their own pockets. That if they make the wrong managerial decision, that's not going to fill their pockets, is it? Because that's actually going to cost the club money. In fairness, because they've got to pay the manager off that they're sacking, so that's actually going to cost the club more money in theory. But yeah, you're right in theory of what you're saying. and they definitely don't listen to fans enough, which is foolish. But in fairness, we've got to be honest, pure loyalist. We've got to be honest, mate. I don't believe in blowing smoke. I believe in saying it as it is. And unfortunately, fans make it too easy for the board. You know what I mean? As long as keep fans will not stop buying tickets. They won't stop putting money into the club inside the ground, buying pies and drinks and things like that. They won't stop buying the merchandise. So therefore, until you actually create a scenario where you worry the ownership or the board that that income is not going to come in, they won't listen. And the board and the owners and the club ownership and the board, they know that income's always going to come in. This is what I keep saying about Manchester United fans wanting the Glazers out. If you truly want the Glazers out, then only buy match tickets. That's the only way to get them out of the club. Just buy match tickets. Don't buy any beer, any pies in the ground. Don't buy the shirts. Don't buy the hats. Don't buy the scarves. Buy absolutely nothing apart from tickets, because you're buying the tickets to get behind the lads on the field, to get behind the players. Everything else is profitable for the Glazers and any other club owners. So just stop buying it. You want to protest your club, that is the best way to do it. Then you're still supporting your team. Wouldn't it be awesome, guys, if the start of next season, let's say Reading or Rangers or any club that is really frustrated with their board decided we're not going to buy new shirts and all came into the ground buying their tickets to support the players, but come into the ground in old shirts, retro shirts, to show these owners, look, I've got a shirt from 1985 and this fan's got a shirt from 1975 and that fan's got a shirt from 1992 and that fan's got a shirt from 2021. Do you know what I mean? If you started to do that, it would show these owners that these fans have been there long before those owners were there, and they'll be there long after those owners were there. And if they don't run the club in the correct way, then fans will impact the profit that they can make out of the club. And the only way that fans can do that and still support their team is by stop buying merchandise. Don't buy the shirts, don't buy the scarves, don't buy pies in the ground, don't buy beer, don't buy anything other than tickets. Because that way you are still supporting your team, but you're refusing to allow the ownership to profit from your club. Because if you stop buying shirts, imagine the drop in income of your club. And yes, it's hard to do it because you want your club to be well financed. But until the owners start to show more respect to the fan community, this is the way you make them do it. Because believe me, if their profits dropped by 10 million, 5 million at the end of the year, and it was noticeable, and those owners could pinpoint why and said, we've lost £5 million here in shirt sales because we made this bad decision, or because the fans don't agree with this, or the fans don't agree with that. Do you not think they'd listen? Of course they'd listen, because they've just lost £5 million. So they'd start listening to the fans because they don't want to make that loss. But fans don't use their intelligence like that. They still go to the games. They still buy the pie. No problem with going to the games, but I have got a problem with when I hear fans whinging and whining, and then you'll see them sat in the stadium with a pie that's just cost them £6 or a pint that's just cost them £9. It's like, we all know what the cost of a pint is, or a pie. You can get pies for £1. So, if you buy a pie in the ground and it costs you £4, at least £3 of that is pure profit for the club, for the owners to make their dividend at the end of the season. It's nuts. I could rant about this stuff for ages, guys. This is why I get frustrated with fans, because fans are brilliant for their loyalty. But if they truly want to be loyal to their club, then you have to sometimes do the tough things. And if that means you have to stop investing money into your club to get your board to listen, then you do it. And why do you do it? Because it's for the best interests of the long term of the club and the fans. I don't understand why fans don't think logically like that. If I'm the owner, when my club was in trouble with our previous owners, I stopped buying stuff at the club. I even told my family, don't buy anything at the club. I told them, don't go to the club shop and don't spend a penny because my family will go to buy stuff for me from the club shop. They do it regular. My mum and dad just recently bought me a new Bolton shirt. You guys have probably seen it, the limited edition one, and I'm buzzing with it. But when the previous owners were in, and I knew they were bad owners, I told my family, don't buy me nothing. And why? Because that was me making my protest. I'll still buy tickets, but I won't spend money at the club if I don't think the owners are competent enough to use that money in the correct way. If they're just trying to cream it off, then get out of my club. If you're not going to listen to the fans, get out of my club. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting. Thank you for that, Pure Lawless. Pure Lawless also saying, not going well for Brighton. I wanted more from that. I know, mate. Yep, disappointing first half for Brighton. They did okay. Um, they did okay in spells, but didn't manage to obviously capitalise when when they had the momentum going with them. They did have Roma on the back foot for quite a good chunk of that first half, in fairness. But like I say, not enough creativity in the box. Didn't trouble Roma enough in the box. Plenty of build-up play, plenty of attacking momentum. But like I say, no end product that really threatened Roma. And as Roma absorbed the pressure from Brighton, you could see Roma growing in confidence. And obviously, eventually, they grew in confidence enough to start playing with confidence in the counter-attack mode. Absorb the pressure and it Brighton on the counter-attack. And eventually, it's give them success. But still plenty of time for Brighton to get something out of this, guys. You have to remember it is a two-legged game. So if Brighton could keep it 2-0 and pull one back before the end of the second half, it would be great for them going into the second leg. Pure Life saying, true, Gaz, my mistake. Yeah, no worries. Oh, with the yeah, easy, simple mistake to make, mate. You're right. No, you mean with the board? Yeah, it's easier. Sometimes I think as fans we just think a bit too much. We're thinking about different scenarios, and sometimes we get a bit muddled up there, don't we? But thank you for that, Mr. Loyalist. Pure Loyalist saying you're 100% correct regarding the clubs and board merchandise. Also spot on, mate. Well, thank you very much for that, Pure Loyalist. Believe me, mate, I do not say that lightly. I want fans to invest in their club because that's how we grow our clubs. But if you have got owners that are not listening to the fans and you know they are not good for the future of the club, then the only way for fans to truly make their voice is hit them in the pocket. Because the less that the club makes, the less chances that they can take their bit out. You know, that's what the owners and boards are wanting. They're wanting the club to make, I don't know, if it's a championship club, for example, they're wanting them to make £20 million profit. Why? Because then the ownership can cream off £6-7 million as their dividend. Do you know what I mean? If they're a Premier League club, obviously the money is astronomical. In the Scottish Premiership, the money will be significantly less, obviously, because it's not the best financial rewards for winning the Scottish leagues. But we know there is still some decent money in Scotland, especially when Scottish clubs get involved in Europe. So yeah, for me, there's only one way to make the protest against these owners. Any owners you guys don't like as football fans, if your club has not got good owners, the only one way to still support your club, but there's only one way to impact them owners, and that is only spend your money on tickets. Stop buying pies, stop buying pints, stop buying all the merchandise, and show your loyalty to your club by wearing old shirts and only buying tickets. That way you start to hit the profit margin of the club, and it means that the owners can't cream it off at the end of the season. And believe you me, though, I think it'd work, guys. If Manchester United, let's say, for example, if the club fans stop spending money in the stadium, stop spending money in the shop, and it reduced the profit for Manchester United, let's say by 20-30 million pounds, that would be awesome. Do you know why? Because guess what the owners took out? I think it was around £20 million that the Glazers took out of Manchester United last season for their cut. Every season, at the end of every season, when they total up the season's profits, the Glazers take their pinch, they take their dividend. So if you've managed to impact the profits of the club shop and the club's pies and merchandise and stuff like that to the point where enough fans did it, I reckon Man United fans could easily impact that by £10 million easily. And that would be, believe you me, that would be noticeable to the Glazers. It would. But unfortunately, fans don't use that logic. Unfortunately, and it's disappointing because I wish fans would start using that kind of logic to put the club first, fans first, and start making these owners let them know. Because I tell you, if you reduce the profit in your club, then you can stand on that terrace and you can remind them owners, we own the club. You might own the paperwork, but we own it. We control how much money is invested in this club, and we control how much money is not invested in it. And if you don't show respect to the fans, then we'll stop investing our money in the club willy-nilly. Simple as. But thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Appreciate it, mate. Pure Loyalist saying, I think you'd make a good ombudsman for fans, Gaz. You're spot on. Well, you never know, mate. As I've said, that's the long-term aim of Fandom is to try and help fans have a voice in football. But I'm looking at the moment to see if fans actually care enough to try and want a fan's voice in football. I do. As a football fan, I do. I want fans to have a better voice in football because I'm fed up with seeing owners and all these media companies taking us for granted. But the question is, does the masses of fans out there care enough about the game to make a stand? That's the bottom line. I'm here trying to do that. I'm here trying to build a channel where we can make a stand, but I can't do it on my own. The only way these rich people are going to listen, these rich oil baron clubs, the rich media companies, people like Glazers, the only way they're going to is going to listen is if we match their millions of pounds by matching it with fan numbers. I can't do it on my own, but I keep trying. I keep trying to be here, and hopefully we'll find more fans that truly do care about the future of football. But very nice of you to say that, Pure Loyalist. Time will tell if I get given that opportunity. As I keep saying, guys, I'm not in here just to build a profitable channel like most YouTubers. Yes, I want it to make a wage. Of course I do. What? Who doesn't? Who's working on YouTube? The amount of hours that goes into building the channel, who doesn't? It's a lot of work. But I've got bigger ambitions than that. I would love to create something special that helps fans have a better voice in football. But the question is, do fans care enough? Pure Life saying £3.50 a pint of beer, £4.75 a pie, £3.50 can of cola. Ridiculous. But as you said, the fans continue to buy while the club rub their hands and smirk. Absolutely. Yep, well said. It's actually more than that, though, Pure Life. It's actually more than that. When my club Bolton were in the Premier League, get this, wait till you hear this. When my club, and this is going back a few years now, when my club was in the Premier League, I went to a Premier League game. It was £7 a pint. Not £3.50, mate. £7. That's why I'm saying £8 or £9 now, because I'm expect. Now I know it's gone down since he dropped out the Premier League. I know they've reduced the price, but it was as much. I'm sure it was about. I think it was £6.80 or something like that. It was. So they were pushing it up to £7 a pint. Why? You know what I mean? Where? And if you go to some Premier League clubs, they are £6-7 a pint. So it's just, it's just astronomical, mate. Astronomical. A pie. Where do you get £4.75 for a pie? £5. It costs less than £1 to make it. It costs about 70-80p to make it. But yet these plonkers think that we're. But like you say, as long as fans pay it, they'll keep doing it. They'll keep doing it. So yeah, well said, Pure Loyalist. It's ridiculous. I totally agree, mate. But as long as fans keep paying it, then you are absolutely right. These owners, these board members are absolutely laughing at us. They're thinking, you fools, next season we're going to put it up another 20p because we know you're stupid enough to pay it. You know what I mean? You get me to go to a ground, guys. I'll pay out for merchandise. I'll pay out. I'll pay out for a shirt. I'll pay out for scarves. I'll pay out for my ticket, but I will not pay ridiculous prices for a pie. I'd rather take a packet of crisps with me and wait till full time and go to somewhere on the way home from the game that's more reasonable. I'm not being ripped off for a £5 a pie. Can't believe how foolish some fans are to pay it. Really can't. That's where it shows that your club ownership is just taking the mick out of you. Right, guys, I'm going to quickly nip to the toilet before we get underway for the second half. So I'll be right back in a minute. Keep your comments going, guys. Please do hit that like button. And yeah, thank you for that, Pure Laws. Pleasure having your company and conversation, mate. Actually thought this would be a bit more of an active stream. I thought Brighton fans would appreciate us covering this game, but it appears not. So you live and learn. You live and learn. Obviously, I could have done Liverpool tonight, and I could have done what could I have done? What was the other choices I have? If you're listening, Brighton fans, I could have done Liverpool, and I could have done Villa tonight, but I picked your club. So where's the Brighton fans? You know, these are two clubs that have got bigger fan bases. Liverpool, thousands of fans around the world. Aston Villa, a massive club, but yet I picked Brighton, and yet not one Brighton comes in and shows that appreciation. Crazy. Maybe that'd have been better to go with the bigger clubs. Pure Law is saying definitely got away with emphasizing a true football fan. It's obviously means a lot to you. You're what's called a true baller. Hats off to you, mate. Well, thank you very much, Pure Law. That's very much appreciated, mate. Appreciate your kind words. Mate, I'm just sincere. I appreciate your kind words, Pure Lads. I'm just sincere. I'm older. I'm wiser now. When I was younger, maybe when you're young, you're a bit more naive, bit more, you look past a lot of these things. But over the years of supporting my club, I don't go to the games as much as I used to when I was younger. But when I was younger, I used to go to a lot of games. And I put money into my club foolishly in most way, the same way most fans do, without question. Now I'm getting older, and after what I've seen with the previous owners of my club, it's got me worried about the long-term future of my club, and it's got me thinking differently to what I used to think 15 years ago. And why? Because I've seen how close my club went to bankruptcy. And I'm sure you've experienced the same yourself, Pure Lollies, because you've seen your club almost completely disappear off the football map, all because of bad ownership and bad board members. You know, why should we have to tolerate this? Your club is a massive club. Your club is massive. It's great. It's a big, huge club with a humongous fan base, but yet it still came at risk of almost disappearing into oblivion. And why? Because of a few greedy men at the top end of football within your club. Right, guys. So quickly go to the to relieve myself. Call of nature. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Call of nature. So yeah, thank you very much for your kind words. Pure Law is very nice of you to say that. I'd like to say, mate, I just care about football. I care about the future of it, and I'm worried as a football fan. I'm worried about where the future of the game is going. I'm worried, and I mean this. I genuinely, sincerely mean this. I'm worried that we're going to see smaller clubs. I'm trying to think of some good examples for you in Scotland. Inverness probably is a good example. Maybe Falkirk. These kind of clubs, I'm scared we're going to see them just disappear, because eventually it will get to the point where it's not profitable for those clubs to stay sustainable, because they don't get, you literally got the football authorities keeping them alive on a shoestring budget. So when we see the amount of money that's at the top end of football in the Champions League and the Premier League, it's just crazy that these, the football associations have not got the brain power to think, well, for the best interest of the long term and future of the game, we need to filter a certain percentage of this money down to lower league clubs to help them grow and be sustainable for the long term future. But I don't think they do. I don't think the football authorities want all these clubs. I think they're actively working to reduce the amount of clubs in football, which would just be wrong. Just be so wrong. Oh, Roma with a cross into the box there. Well, it's gone behind. Lukaku trying to latch onto it there. But yeah, as I say again, thank you for that, Pure Lords. Appreciate your kind words, mate. Stevie's saying Gaz will be back in a minute. Thank you, Stevie. Nice one, mate. Sorry, Gaz, yeah, just for the call of nature. Pure Lords saying, well said, Gaz. I also thought there would have been a few Brighton fans in the chat. Totally understand and agree regarding liquidation of clubs. We've been there, but we're not alone. Bad management. Yeah, absolutely. And not from the club manager, but from the owners and the board members. So, yeah, well said, Pure Lawless. But this is the point. If fans made some protests to hit them in the pocket, they get them to listen. I mean, one thing the biggest thing for me, guys, that annoys me is British government need to step in. I think the British government need to step into football and stop these club owners having full monopoly. I think what we need to do in the UK is introduce. I think we need to research what is going on in Germany, because the German structure seems to work. I don't know the full details of it, but what I know in Germany, apparently, club fans own 51% of the club. A private owner is never allowed to own more than 49% of a club in Germany. That is to protect the long-term future of the club. So why are we not seeing, considering, England, Scotland, Wales gave the game to the world, why are we not seeing that introduced in the UK? Why are we not seeing the British government thinking that, these are community assets? We need to protect the long-term future of these community assets, and we need to implement some rules that protect the long-term future of these community assets. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine how dead a town like Inverness would be if they didn't have a football club? Do you know what I mean? It'd become a dead-end town that would be totally reliant on summer tourism and make no money in the winter. Because Inverness is a beautiful town. I've been up there. It's a beautiful town, but it's a little summer town. It makes money in the summer off tourism. It makes money in the winter off a bit of sport. So you imagine if Inverness shut down, what would that town then do to generate some income during winter? You know what I mean? In respect of outside people coming into the community, because that's what I'm saying. Every time Inverness play in that town, there's fans that come from outside the town to support the away team, and they invest some money in that town. It might only be a few £1,000s going to the chippy and restaurants and the local pubs, but it doesn't matter. It's a few £1,000s that's invested into Inverness every few weeks that they have an home game. That would disappear if Inverness went bankrupt. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm saying Inverness, because it's a good example of what could happen, because Inverness is isolated as a little town up in Scotland. It's not got like, a lot around it. It's not like it's attached to a big city, like, for example, a club like Motherwell. Motherwell is just outside of Glasgow, so it's do you get what I mean? It's attached to a big community hotspot. Do you get what I mean? So it could have other investments. Inverness can't have that. Do you know what I mean? It's just because it's such a little tiny place, and there's so many other little tiny places like that across the UK. So yeah, but thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Uh, well said, mate. Pure Loyalist saying, Stevie. Thank you for that, mate. Oh, Brighton getting the shot off there, but the goalkeeper has managed to make the save, getting down low. Ball kicked long down the field as now Roma intercept it on that far side, but they got caught offside and the flag goes up, and that will be a free kick to Brighton on the far side of the field, deep inside their own half. Stevie's saying, wish you could see Gaz off screen, loyalist. When something irritates him about football, he gets extremely passionate how he expresses himself. Well, thank you very much for that, Stevie. Yep. Well, that's just as Stevie knows and my lovely lady knows. That's a big part of what inspired me to have a go at YouTube, to see if I could make a difference, because I'm fed up with. It's not fair that my lovely lady listens to me getting frustrated and irate. And I said to her, I want to see if I can do something about it. I want to see if I can do something to help fans come together and see if we can create something, just something that helps fans have a better voice in the football world. We hear all sorts from pundits. We hear from the mainstream media all the time. We hear all sorts from the football authorities. But when do we truly hear, like polls or anything like that from fans? We're having the Champions League change next season. Have you seen UEFA issue any polls to show that they've investigated what the fans' opinions about it is? Not one. I've not heard one poll be announced by the UEFA that they've looked at, that they've gathered together, that they've researched to find out what the fans' opinion is. But as soon as you get a few owners like the Glazers and Real Madrid who start calling out, we want a breakaway league, then suddenly UEFA jump into action and change the whole structure of the Champions League starting next season, which is going to kick in next season. And they've not changed it for you. They've not changed it for me. They've not asked you your opinion. They've done it so that Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Manchester United to try and stop them creating a breakaway league. That's the only reason they've done it. So they've not done it, oh, is this going to be better for the Champions League? Are fans going to like this more? Well, no offense, guys, but I thought the Champions League format as it is right now, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see why it needs to change. Not without fan input. Fans should have their opinion heard before any changes are made, but we've heard nothing from UEFA. Nothing has been announced from UEFA to show that they've researched what fans' opinions are about changes to the Champions League, but yet they're going to make big changes next season. Disgraceful. Thank you for that, Stevie. Top man. Pure Life says Stevie Gaz is spot on with everything he says. That is what fans need to hear and take on board. Well, thank you very much for that, Stevie and Pure Loyalist. You guys absolutely class. Like I said, I just care, guys. I just care about the future of football, and I'm a true football fan. I'm worried about the future of where the game is going. Oh, Brighton on the attack now as they come racing into the box. Oh, and they've just knocked it over the top of the crossbar there under pressure from Roma. Well, good idea by Brighton, but just couldn't get the shot on target. And it's over the top of the crossbar. We need to see Brighton try and pull a goal back in this one. But thank you, Stevie. Pure Loss, you guys absolutely class. Thank you for your kind words, guys. Pure Loss with a thumbs up to Stevie. Awesome. Thank you, mate. Brighton lose the ball on that far side. It's now Roma on the attack. Roma racing towards the edge of the box as the ball crossed in. Well, it's just managed to win it there by the Brighton goalkeeper. And now Brighton to build from the back as they play it out wide on this near side. Ball played forward up towards the halfway line as Roma come back. Sorry, guys. Roma, sorry, getting back. You can still hear I'm left with that tickly cough from that bloody cold last week, guys. Although hopefully it won't last too long. I've had it for a couple of days. It's bugging me. But you guys know what it's like when you get a cold. You either end up with a lingering sore throat or a tickly cough for a few days afterwards. Now, ball played out wide on that far side as Brighton come towards the edge of the box. It's crossed in, headed towards goal. And the goalkeeper just manages to intercept it there. And the referee, well, he's blowing the whistle here. So thank you, Stevie. Stevie saying completely agree, mate. Thank you, Stevie. Awesome. Thank you. Big shout out to my lovely lady Beckett. She's brought me another hot drink. Thank you, darling. Pure Lois saying Tavernier is on £28,000 a week wages. Ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, it is. You're right, Pure Lolis. But compared to the Premier League, that's actually quite mild. So yeah, but I agree with you. Well said, Pure Lolis. But in fairness, let's be honest, mate. If he was playing for Brighton, and I'm only making this as an example because Brighton have got the money. If he was playing for Brighton, I'd expect that to be at least 10,000 more. You know, just not because of Brighton being a bigger club, because we know they're not. It's not the point. That the point is that obviously Brighton have better income coming in than Rangers do, just simply because they're in the Premier League. So they could afford to pay that extra £10,000. But yeah, it's crazy. I agree with you, Paul Lawless. Look at some of these players. Look at Mo Salah. £250,000 he was offered by Liverpool, and yet he was still asking more. He still wanted more. He wanted more like a quarter. He wanted more like £500,000. What was it for? I think they eventually settled on about 350,000 or something like that. Why does one player need £350,000 a week? Is £250,000 not enough? £250,000 a week, that's £1 million a month. And if you have a 5-week month, that's a 1 million and a quarter a month. Do you know what I mean? It's just ludicrous. Who needs that kind of money over 12 months? That's if you've got him paid £250,000 a week over 12 months, that is roughly about £12 million a year. Bear in mind, players play for what? I don't know. 15 years, something like that. Do the maths, guys. That's a lot of money. £12 million a year, 15 years. You know what I mean? Well, obviously, that's if you get the top money, but it's still, even if you only get 3-4 years of that, do you know what I mean? That's what? Well, 4 years would be £48 million. So if you got 4 years at £250,000, that would be £48 million. Who need, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. Just crazy. Pure Loy saying Hearts are a fan run club, mate. Yeah, I know, but will they stay that way, Pure Loyalist? Yeah, that's fantastic. I agree. Question is, though, will they stay that way? As hope they do. Hope they do. And it's fantastic that Hearts are a fan run club. But with the financial pressures that come on a club, will the fans be able to deal with everything that comes out? There was a club. What the club was I can't think. There was another club that was fan ownership. I can't think of it now, and they ended up selling the club to private owners because they couldn't make ends meet. Is it Rochdale? I think it's Rochdale. Rochdale right now in the process of going bankrupt, and I'm sure they're fan owned, and they're looking to sell the club to a private owner because they can't make ends meet. The fans just can't make ends meet with what's coming into the club. What does that tell you? That's what I'm saying about not sustainable. You know what I mean? Because so, it's just crazy. But thank you for that, Pure Lawless. Brighton winning the ball back. Tim Phillips, how you doing, mate? Tim Phillips saying, Brighton fan here. Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Tim Phillips. Welcome to the show, mate. We were just saying that. Well, I'm made to eat my words. Thank you for that, Tim. Welcome to Football Fan Den UK. I'm made to eat my words. That's fair enough. I don't mind that. We was actually just saying, Tim, we were surprised no Brighton fans coming in the chat, and you proved me wrong. So thank you for that, Tim. Welcome to Football Fan Den UK, mate. What's your thoughts on the game so far, Tim? If you're watching it, mate, let us know if you're watching it or you're listening in. If you're listening in, then I will try and keep you a bit better informed. Now, Roma have got a goal kick. So, thank you for that, Tim Phillips. Welcome to Football Fan Den UK, mate. Pleasure to have you with us. Stevie's saying, don't know that loyalist. Didn't know that loyalist. Thank you, Stevie. Now, Roma now charging forward down the middle of the field as they knock the ball out wide to this near side. Now the ball coming towards the byliners. Well, Brighton just managed to make the challenge, and the ball goes behind for a corner on this near side to Roma, but good defending there by Brighton. Thank you, Stevie. Stevie saying, hi, Tim. Welcome to Fanden. Awesome. Thank you, Stevie. Pure Law saying Inverness makes money in the winter with electricity bills. Well, yes, that as well. But you know what I meant? What I mean is like I'm thinking of the meaning of like actual people bringing money into the town to the small businesses. That's what I was trying to get at. Pure Laws. Those small businesses in Inverness make money through the summer, through tourism, through the summer tourism because it's close to Loch Ness. Sorry, so they make summer tourism money. But in the winter, cafes and restaurants are local, they and pubs. They're totally dependent on the local community. Ball crossed into the box here for Roma, and they managed to guide it into the back of the net, and that gives Roma a 3-0 lead. Mancini with the goal, and all he did was the ball was crossed over the top towards the back post on this near side, and he just managed to cushion the ball on his foot as the ball came in, and just cushioned it to take the momentum out of it and guided it into the back of the net, and that gives Roma a 3-0 lead on the night. 64 minutes gone. Well, that's going to make it difficult for Brighton in the second leg now, unless they can pull a goal back before full time. But yeah, thank you for that, Pure Lollis. Thank you for that, mate. Yep, you're right with the electricity. Tim replying to Stevie saying hi. Awesome. Thank you, Tim Phillips, top man. Thank you for that, mate. Tim Phillips saying hi to Stevie. Top man. Thank you, mate. Pure Lloyd saying hello, Tim. Hopefully, Brighton will come out second half and make a game of it. The refs against them by the sounds of it. Yep. Thank you for that, top man. Pure Lloyd. Well said, mate. Well, he certainly, let's put it this way, guys. I haven't seen the referee give any 50-50s Brighton's way, but he's given a few Roma's way. Well, the third goal has been checked by VAR and it's been given. I think Brighton was hoping that would be ruled out, but it's not to be. Brighton now with the possession as they play it out wide to this near side. Stevie's saying not good, not going good so far, Tim. Fingers crossed they can turn things around. Absolutely well said, Stevie. Loving the positive vibes. Thank you, Stevie and Pure Lawless. You guys absolutely class. Pure Lawless saying, well said, Stevie. Awesome. Thank you, Pure Lawless. Absolutely. Well, we've got our fingers crossed that Brighton can get a goal back in this one to give them a chance in the second leg. Well, he's given a yellow card here to Brighton for a challenge on the Roma player on that far side. Let's see this. Oh, come on, lad. Yeah. Well, this is the problem when you play European sides in Europe. The Italians and the Spanish are experts at cheating and faking fouls. There's minimal contact on this near side, but he's gone down like somebody has hacked his leg with an axe. Roma now playing the ball out wide to this near side as now they play the ball forward. It's challenged by Brighton, but as Roma knock the ball long up towards the halfway line, Brighton just head it out of play on this near side. So thank you for that, Pure Lois. Pure Lois saying, yes, Stevie, Hearts are a fan-based club, mate. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome, that. Thank you for letting us know that, Pure Lois. Pure Lois is also saying, a goal for Brighton will lift their spirits. Come on, Brighton, Scotland, UK are with you. Top man. Thank you for that, Pure Lois. Absolutely. We want to see all UK clubs do well tonight as Brighton now losing the ball again on that far side as it's crossed in now by Roma and another goal. Well, it's all going wrong for Brighton here as Roma get a fourth goal. It was crossed in from that far side and Roma head it into the back of the net. Well, we have to cut Brighton some slack. They are new to European competitions. The first season they've been involved in Europe. And let's hope the experience they've gained serves them well in the future. But like I say, Roma, we've got to give them credit. They are a very experienced European side. Yeah, just took it to the byline there, crossed it in, and Roma with an easy tap in at this near post. Thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Very kind of you to say, mate. Stevie saying, awesome loyalist. Yeah, come on, Brighton. Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. Pure Loyalist saying, nice one, Becky. Take care of a good man. The Denners appreciate all he does to bring the fans coverage of football. Top man. Well, thank you very much for that, Pure Loyalist. Very kind of you to say. Thank you, mate. Yeah, she does look after me, my lovely lady. Thank you for that. Pure Loyalist, appreciate your kind words towards my lovely lady. Top man. Now Brighton playing the ball back to the goalkeeper as it's played out wide on this near side. And Pure Loyalist with a thumbs up to Stevie. Awesome. Thank you, mate. I know. Yep, crazy money. Absolutely. I know. Yeah, the £250,000 just stupid. But you're right. Even £28,000 sounds a lot. But obviously, I'm just putting it in a bit of context. In Champions League terms, that's actually quite an average wage, really, or a minimal wage, if you like, in Champions League terms. And obviously, we know Rangers are a potential Champions League club. They just need a little bit more investment to help them improve being more competitive in Champions League games. Now the ball played out wide on that far side as now Roma back with the possession. I say now switch the play out to this near side, racing forward up towards the halfway line. Piolo saying no way. Sad day for Brighton. Not what we wanted to see. Hard to fight back a 3-0 scoreline. It's destroyed the belief. Sorry, it's gone this way. Football can be an unfair at times. Absolutely, yep. Thank you for that, Piolos. In fairness, I think maybe just Brighton just showing a bit of that inexperience of European football. I think they just needed to show a little bit. This is why you've got to play a tactical game when you're playing two-legged ties. And let's be honest, no disrespect to Brighton. You got to, we got to cut them some slack. This is their first ever campaign in Europe. But as I say, you can just see the experience lacking in respect of the fact that Brighton coming into this game playing it they're playing it like a normal game in respect of going toe to toe with Roma. But you can't do that. You can't do that unless. Well, you can't do that when you. I don't think when you're in here, you haven't got that experience to fall back in Europe. But credit for Brighton for trying, as now they build from the back, playing the ball forward as they race up towards the halfway line. But thank you for that, pure loyalist. Well said, mate. Stevie's saying, well said, loyalist. Oh, no, not another goal. I know. Thank you, Stevie. Ball knocked out wide on this near side. It's now Brighton coming forward, playing it towards the edge of the box as Roma tried to challenge for it. But Brighton, well, they've just lost it there as now Brighton knock it out wide. Roma, knock it out wide on this near side, and it's gone out for a Brighton throw in. Mr. Lyle is saying, no, I can imagine how the team and fans are feeling. Well, thank you for that, Mr. Loyalist. Mr. Loyalist saying, Steve, damage limitation now, mate. Cruel night, mate. Yep, it is. You're right. I think this is where Brighton. Well, you never know. If they can pull one back, it might give them a little bit of hope for the second leg. But 4-0 down now looks mission impossible unless they can manage to find a goal from somewhere. But even then, it still looks like a tough ask, doesn't it, guys? Now, Brighton with the possession on that far side as they come towards the edge of the box. Played forward there. It's intercepted by Roma. Roma winning it back. But now Brighton have stole it back as now Brighton come forward towards the edge of the box. Getting the shot off. And it's just wide of that far post. Not sure if it got a deflection there. No, it didn't. So that'll be a goal kick to Roma. CFC saying, hello, everyone. How's it going? CFC, welcome to the show, mate. Brighton bringing Estupinan on. So, yeah. Thank you for that, CFC. Welcome to the show, mate. Pure Loyalist. CFC, hello, mate. Hope all good. Awesome. Thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Roma now with a goal kick from the back. And CFC saying, everyone, like this post, please. Like this post. Well, I think he's meaning like the stream. Thank you for that, CFC. Yep, guys, please do hit that thumbs up. If you're listening in the background, please do hit that like button. And consider subscribing if you're new. Thank you for that, CFC. Now the ball played out wide on this near side as Brighton coming forward. Roma come to challenge for it, but Brighton just cut the ball back there towards the halfway line. Stevie's saying, two right loyalists, if only they could get one. Absolutely, yeah. Well said, Stevie. Thank you for that, mate. Stevie's saying, hi, CFC. Awesome. Thank you, Stevie. Pure Loyalist saying, Stevie, agree, mate. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Loyalist. CFC saying, Pure Loyalist, I'm very good, mate. How are you feeling about the Benfica game later? Awesome. Thank you, CFC. Top man. Ball knocked back to the Brighton goalkeeper. It's now Brighton to build again from the back. Ball played forward there as Roma tried to challenge for it, but Brighton with the ball knocked out wide on this near side. CFC saying, hello, Stevie, mate. Awesome. Thank you, CFC. Pure Loyalist saying, CFC hopefully get a draw away and win at home. Absolutely, yeah. Fingers crossed. Pure Loyalist, let's hope so, mate. Well said. Now the ball played out wide on this near side. As they come forward now. But Roma come to press the ball as Brighton just cut it back into the centre of the field. Now they're knocking it about on the edge of this centre circle. As Roma, just sit off here. Stevie's saying, hope you storm them royalists. Absolutely well said, Stevie. Pure saying, Stevie, I'd love to see Brighton get one. Mate, give them a boost. Give them a boost. Absolutely, yeah. Well, we've still got 13 minutes remaining plus added on time. CFC saying video, I meant, mate. Everyone like it. Sorry, no worries. I know I thought it was on social media then for a minute, the way you both said that. But thank you. I understood what you what you meant, mate. And thank you very much, CFC. Top man. Jamie is saying, all right, Gaz and chat, how is everyone? Everyone's Thursday night. Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Just crazy busy at the moment for me. It's Brighton crossing the ball in there as it comes out on this near side, and Brighton managed to win it back as now they come towards the edge of the box. Ball crossed in again. It's deep as well. It's headed wide. I'm not sure if the referee's going to consider that as a deflected ball, but he doesn't. Yeah, he's not. It's 50-50 again that he's not given Brighton's way. Ball knocked out of play on that far side. So yeah, thank you, Jamie. I hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, I'm just work my normal work's just intensified this week now with the dry weather's suddenly showed up. So having a real battle at the moment with finding time for the channel. But I did say I would probably have to sacrifice the channel a bit this over the next couple of months once the weather got good. I sacrificed work last season for the channel, but this season I just can't afford to do it. Oh, Brighton with a shot there as it's knocked wide. And I think it took a deflection there. Yeah, it did. So that's going to be a corner on this near side. So, yeah, been a lot of early starts for work this week for me, mate. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well, Jamie, and welcome to the show, mate. So Brighton now with a corner on this near side. 3,500 Brighton fans have made the trip out there to Roma. Gonna get this corner in a minute. Corner comes in. Headed away. Brighton regain the possession further up the field as they knock it forward. Now Brighton with the shot. Oh, and it's over the top of the crossbar again. Well, dunk with the opportunity. So thank you for that, Jamie. I hope you're doing well, mate. CFC saying hello, Jamie. Awesome. Thank you, CFC. Jamie saying, all right, CFC, top man. Thank you, Jamie. Pure Loy saying, Jamie, my friend, hope you're well, mate. Awesome. Thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Jamie saying, all right, Pure. Good pal. I only got in from work. How are you, pal? Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us, Jamie. Always good to see you, mate. Hope you had a good day at work. Pure Loy saying, Jamie, all's good here, mate. Hopefully better after the Rangers game. Awesome. Loving the positive vibes, guys. Thank you. Jamie saying, Pure, is that tonight, pal? Yep. It's the next kickoff at 8 o'clock. Pure saying, yes, Jamie. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Jamie's saying, I've been working away, driving down to London. I'm back every day. Well, yeah, I understand how that takes it out of you, mate. That's why I wasn't on yesterday. I've been similar to you, mate, but not the travel, but early morning starts. I were absolutely shattered last night when I got in from work. I was just too tired to come on the channel, so I decided to give it a miss. Just, as I say, work. My work's very, very seasonal. My normal job, and now the dry weather's starting to kick in. I'm starting to get work again, and it's needed. Believe you me, it's needed for the money at least. Bills to pay, just like everyone else. But hope it's been going well, Jamie. Safe travels down to London. You get about doing those roofs, don't you, mate? You certainly get about. The other week he was working in Wigan, now down in London. But the mind you, I don't. I suppose they do need Northerners to come and fix their roofs. Um, we know what the Southerners are like with their balance, mate. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. Jamie, you should demand double pay if you're working in London, mate. Definitely. Definitely. If you work in London, you should demand double pay, mate. Jamie's saying, Pure, who you got? Benfica. That's who they're playing, mate. Benfica. Also got another game kicking off at 8 o'clock as well here in the UK, which is West Ham playing Freiburg. Now the ball played out wide on that far side. Pure Lois saying, "Whoa, that's some distance." You're absolutely right. Thank you, Pure Lois. Jamie saying, "Pure, true, mate." Yeah, definitely. But yeah, they're not. Doesn't surprise me that they're getting Northern lads to fix their roofs in London. That doesn't surprise me at all. Pure Lois saying, "Benfica, mate." Yep, tough challenge. Pure Lois saying, "Jamie, at the way, at the very least, we need a draw away. We've beaten them before, but we have a lot of injuries." Right. Okay. Thank you for the info, Pure Lois. We just got a stoppage in play at the moment, guys. Roma player receiving treatment. Jamie saying, Pure, that be hard. Yep, difficult game for Rangers tonight. I was considering whether to do it. I don't know whether to do it because I've got a really early start tomorrow again for work. So I don't know whether to do it, but if I do it, it's going to impact on me getting enough sleep tonight. Ball's out of play on this near side for Roma. Yeah, I've got some work in this week, guys. I'm not last few weeks I've had minimal work, but this week suddenly with the dry weather showing up, it's picked up with work, and I can't refuse it at the moment. I just can't refuse it. So that's just going to impact on my availability on the channel at the moment. Not much I can do about it. Got bills to pay just like everybody else, but I'll do what I can. I'll keep the channel chipping away where I can. It just might be a bit less than normal at the moment. Not much, as I say, guys, not much I can do about it. Got bills to pay. And it doesn't help that I sacrificed a lot of work time last year. Last year, I did actually miss some jobs to try and give it the time to the channel, thinking it would pay off in the long run, but it hasn't really. It hasn't, not enough that it's took the pressure off anyway. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. It's just going to take longer than I anticipated. Well, they're taking the time here, Roma, with these changes. Jamie is saying it's good money, but I got to drive all uh, around the UK. Well, yeah, they should pay you well, Jamie, if you're driving all over the place, mate. I've got friends like that that work all over the place driving. They moan about it, but then don't do nothing to change it. Jamie is saying, have a night off, guys. Got to be up early, pal. I know. Obviously, I just want to keep the momentum going, mate, on the channel. I'm just saying, mate. I want to keep going. It's just at the moment, like I say, I've not got much I can do. It's my own fault. I sacrificed a lot of work time last season to prioritize the channel, hoping that it would help push the channel forward, and it did help. It did help the channel, but not enough to improve the watch time of the channel, so that I could obviously start giving priority to the channel, which is what I want. I'm working towards. That's what I'm working towards, to give priority to the channel. I gave channel priority last season when it wasn't ready, when it wasn't, if you get what I mean, when the numbers weren't there. But I thought putting the hours in and making the sacrifice would pay off, but it didn't. Not in the way I needed it to anyway, to help push the channel on. But ball played out wide on that far side. But thank you for that, Jamie. Appreciate your support, mate. Thank you for that, mate. I just had 2 nights off, in fairness, mate, because of work. Thank you for that, Jamie. Yeah, I've just had 2 nights off, to be fair, because of work commitments. Last night was because I got in shattered. The night before, it's because I got in late. But obviously, I'm desperate to keep the momentum going. But thank you for your understanding, Jamie. Top man. Piolo is saying Jamie certainly won't. Jamie certainly won't be easy, mate. Just got to do what's possible, as the saying goes. Win, lose, or draw. That's the Glasgow Rangers story. Absolutely. Well said, Pure Lollis. Jamie is saying pure. It is at home game. It is at home games, pal, or away. Well said, Jamie. Well said, mate. Pure Lollis saying Jamie away, mate. Oh, is it? All right. I thought I did because I didn't see the question mark. Is it? Yeah, it's an away game. Thank you, Pure Lollis. Jamie saying pure 3-0 Rangers tonight, pal. Thank you for that, Jamie. Good shout, mate. Positive vibes towards Pure Lawless there from Jamie. Thank you, mate. Ball on this near side. 5 minutes added on time, guys. Brighton now playing it into the centre of the park. Mr. Lloyd saying, Jamie, I'd love that, mate, but it's a big ask, to be honest. I'll be happy with a draw. No, at least you're honest. Pure Lawless. Respect for your honesty there, mate. Jamie is saying, right, I'm going, have some food, then off to bed. I got to be up early at 1:30 to set off at 2. Whoa, Jamie, why's your boss just not paying for accommodation for you to stay there? You're going to get, what, 4 hours, 5 hours sleep? That can't be safe. That can't be safe. Your boss should be paying for accommodation, mate, if you're having to have that minimal sleep. That's just nuts. You must be spending half of your working day just travelling. But thank you for dropping in, Jamie. Stay safe and well, mate. Drive safely. And always a pleasure to see you, Jamie. Wish you well, mate, and wish you safe travels down there to London. Get your boss to put his hand in his pocket, mate. You shouldn't be having to do that kind of travelling every day. That's just not sustainable. Eventually, you're going to run yourself. You run yourself down that much that you'll start getting ill. It's not sustainable doing that 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. Believe me, I know I do it quite regular, but I don't have all that driving to do. If I had all that driving to do, I wouldn't be having a minimum of 4 or 5 hours sleep. Stevie's saying hi and bye, Jamie. Safe travels. Awesome. Thank you, Stevie. Well said, mate. Jamie's saying, Pure, you be happy with a win, lad. Thank you, Jamie. Pure Law is saying, take it easy, mate. Catch up soon. WATP. Awesome. Thank you, Pure Lawless. Top man, mate. Top man. Jamie's saying, all right, Step. All right, 7, mate. Thanks, pal. I think that's meant to be Stevie. Nice one, Jamie. Top man. Pure Law saying, Jamie, you're running yourself into the ground, mate. Time to talk to your boss. I know, definitely. You can't. That's not sustainable. I can't believe any boss would let you work that kind of hours, have that minimal amount of sleep, and have you driving down to London all week. That's just nuts. Absolute madness. We a massive respect to you, Jamie, putting in the hours, mate. But yeah, that's concerning amount of hours that when you're doing all that driving, mate. But well said, Pure Lawless. Well said, mate. Jamie's saying, night, everyone. Sorry, got to leave too early tonight. Have a great night. Much love. Awesome. Thank you, Jamie. Massive respect to you, mate. Safe travels. Please do hit that like button before you go, Jamie. But yep, safe travels to you, mate. Hope you manage to get a good bit of rest and feel refreshed enough for that long drive down south. Yep, that kind of hours. He should be flying you down there, mate. Should be flying you down. Tell your boss to invest in a microlight so you can get there faster. But thank you for that, Jamie. Much love to you as well, mate. Top man. Stay safe and well, Jamie. Best wishes to you and your lovely lady. Take care, mate. Pure Lawless saying, Jamie, take it easy, mate. Awesome. Thank you, Pure Lawless. Right, guys, we're getting to the last knockings here. We're in the last minute of the game. Roma with the possession. What I'm thinking is I might come back on for the first half of the Rangers game, but I might have to scrap the second half because I've got an early start myself tomorrow. Not as early as Jamie, but I've got an early start and I'm worried about getting enough sleep. Just don't like doing halves of football, really. But I suppose we could come on and do the first half, see what the numbers are like. I'll be glad when the channel's further on and then I could just give it my full focus instead of this delicate balancing act that I'm always having to deal with. It's so frustrating. Just want to give it full whammy now with the channel, really getting impatient to get my teeth really into it fully. And there goes the full-time whistle. Well, disappointing night for Brighton. I wish them well in the second leg, but I think it's going to be a tough ask to turn this around 4-0 down going into the second leg. We wish Brighton well. Fingers crossed they do manage to turn it round. Fingers crossed they do manage to turn it round in the second half, but I think it's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle, as they say. So, yep. I think what I'll do, guys, is I'll jump off from this one. I'll jump on for the first half of the game, see what the numbers are like. But if the numbers go nuts, I'm going to have to jump off really quick at the end of the game because so I've got to be up at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I've not even had nothing to eat yet. It's the problem. Such a difficult balance doing the channel. It's just like working a 24-hour day at the moment when I'm doing both jobs. But it is what it is. Thank you for that, Pure Lawless. Pure Lawless saying, Gaz, micro light. Yeah, micro light. Fly over everything. Get to London a lot quicker, wouldn't you, mate? If you didn't have to stop for the traffic. So, guys, Stevie, let's have a quick look at the full-time match stats before we go. It's not going to make great reading for. So, just bringing up the full-time match stats here, guys. Let's get rid of that minute. Here we go. Coming on your screen now, guys. Just bear with me a second. So this is how the game has gone in numbers. Total shots 14 for Roma, 11 for Brighton. Shots on target 7 for Roma, 4 for Brighton. Possession 40% for Roma, 60% for Brighton. Passes 391 for Roma, for 500 and 76 for Brighton. Pass accuracy 82% for Brighton. For Roma. 90% for Brighton. Fouls 5 against Roma, 8 against Brighton. Yellow cards 1 for Roma, 2 for Brighton. No red cards, thankfully. Offsides 3 for Roma, 1 for Brighton. And corners 5 for Roma, 6 for Brighton. So let's read out the final few comments. Stevie's saying, thanks for your support and company loyalist. Absolutely well said, Stevie. Well said, mate. I second that. Thank you, mate. Pure Loyalist saying, unlucky Brighton. At least you gave it a shot. Hopefully get result next game. Yeah, I think it's just Brighton. If they do get knocked out of the tournament at this stage, mate, I think they can cut themselves a little bit of slack. It's all good learning experience, and hopefully will serve them well to inspire them to get back into European competitions in future seasons. But yeah, thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Well said, mate. And Pure Loyalist saying, welcome, Stevie. Awesome. Thank you, Pure Loyalist. Stevie saying, absolutely loyalist. Well said. Thank you, Stevie. Mr. Loyalist saying, take care. All cheers again for covering the Gaz. Stevie, disappointing night for Brighton. They never got a fair chance up against a team like Roma. Yeah, they're not. Roma, as we know, mate, they've got loads of European experience. So, Brighton, brand new to this competition this season. So, we wish them well for Brighton, and hopefully they manage to, by some miracle, turn it round in the second leg. But you're right, mate. I think it was always a tough ask tonight. But like I say, hopefully they'll learn from it. That's the main thing. And you never know. They might be that frustrated with this game. Maybe they'll chuck everything at Roma in the second leg. But thank you for that, Pure Loyalist top man. Pleasure having your company and conversation in this one. Best wishes to you and your lovely lady. I'm going to jump back on for the first half, I think, of the Rangers game. See how we get on. Just a bit worried about staying up too late. That's all, guys, because like I say, I'm got to be up early in the morning. But I suppose if I'm going to build the channel, I've got to make sacrifices. It's just fed up. We're going to work feeling absolutely shattered all the time. But thank you for that, Pure Loyalist. Take care, mate. Pure Loyalist saying bye. Beckett, awesome. Thank you, mate. So, guys, that's it from me for now. Take care. Hopefully see you on the next stream. But that's it from me for now. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye for now.